I did 3,000 push-ups in 30 days. How did I do that? Well, it's pretty simple, really. And I'll explain now. Past me, take it over. Tell them the story of how Beastie does 100 push-ups for 30 days, every day. This probably seems like an easy thing to do, right? But it's not. Well, it might be. But I'm gonna break it down. No definition. Anyway, we're gonna keep going. I'm actually on day 2. I'm not gonna cap with y'all. I'm actually on day 2 of the challenge. Going on to day 3. 100 push-ups, 30 days, 3,000 push-ups. How are you gonna do that? How are you gonna do that? I'm just gonna break it up into sets. This 100, look how squiggly that looks. I'm gonna break it down into sets. Let's say 33, 33, 33. Or I could do 25, 25, 25, 25. Or I could do 10 sets of 10. Now what does this equal? Hopefully something better than this. Let's do a 360 real quick. By the end of this 100 days, I want to have at least half of my push-ups per day be some sort of variant. So it doesn't get too easy, so I'm just not working the same muscles over and over. And that'll give me good muscle tone. So this is what I'm looking at right now. Let's see where I am on day 2 or day 3 or day 30. Who knows? But I'm on day 2 right now. Just a quick update. Day 3 is done. Moving on to day 4. I'm really starting to get sore. I don't know if you can see a little bit more definition up here.
I think you can.
But yeah, we getting strong. Day 5. No, day 4 next. I'm not gonna lie, it's getting kind of tough. It's getting pretty difficult. It's currently the morning before work. I'm just getting maybe 10, 15 real quick. My arms are extremely sore, especially right here. Let's get these 10 push-ups in. It's been a day or 2 since the last check-in, so I'm on day 5. This was pretty easy, but now let's go to day 10. Hello, it is now day 10 of me doing 100 push-ups per day. Feeling pretty good, honestly. I think some of my biggest struggles so far, day 4 through 6 was particularly hard for me. My arms are getting really sore every day. The problem was I was doing too many sets, or I was doing too many reps per set. I was doing 20 push-ups and I was doing that 5 times a day. Clearly too much volume, clearly too much burnout. So I break it up into 4 phases where I do 10 reps, 10 reps, 5 reps. I do that
4 times a day.
And it's not too bad. So I made it to 10 days using that method. You could probably try that too, and let me know if that works for you. So a third of the way there. It wouldn't be a check-in if I didn't do this. I'm feeling a little bit stronger. I'm compared to day 1. Oh yeah, look at this little indent right here. But that don't mean nothing. Time for the full body test. I think I'm check on a little bit less too. Now I'm definitely still fat, but I think I'm getting a little bit more muscular. Now, since I am on day 10, I have done 1,000 push-ups. 1,000 regular push-ups. I think the best thing you can do is learn from other people's mistakes. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna make this a little bit harder for myself. How am I gonna do that? Simple. I talked about this earlier. If you remember, I'm gonna do some variations. Instead of 100 regular boys, this is a regular boy, I'm going to incorporate 20 variants. I don't know if that's 20 variants each week. Thank you guys. This is update day 10. Let's see what we're like on day 20. Personality, entertaining. Drawing skills, spectacular. But here's me practicing what I preach, doing some variations. And for some reason, most of the footage I got was of me doing pike push-ups. And I kept having to take off my headphones because they would keep falling off my head. But anyway, here is day 15. Hey y'all, so quick update. It is now day 15. Honestly, I didn't think I would get this far. I'm definitely starting to see some more definition right here. Feeling a little bit of pain in this shoulder. But I've been doing some of these. I saw this on the Squat University YouTube channel. Put your hands up and just kind of hold that motherfucker back for 20 seconds. I definitely see myself getting a little bit more muscular, and this was definitely very motivating. So 15 more days to go. For my variations, I'm doing pike push-ups and wall push-ups. I do wall push-ups on days when my shoulders like flaring up a little bit. That's a little bit less inflammation. Also, I'm really working correcting my form too. Keeping my elbows tucked instead of flaring them out. And occasionally I'll do some close grip push-ups too when I need to. Yeah, day 15, 15 more days to go. Feeling pretty good. Feeling very confident that I can get this done on day 1. Probably didn't think that I would have been able to get this far, so it's really good for my confidence. So if you want to try something new, go ahead, do it, challenge yourself. I have also started my running 1 mile every day for 30 days challenge. That'll be up probably about 15, 16 days after this one, but we'll see. I'll probably check in at 20 days. Hello, my friends. It is day April 9th. This is day April 9th, so that means we have
7 more days.
Now, this is what my body is looking like. Pretty good. 7 more days. This is still probably the most work thing, I think. Biceps really grew at all compared to day 1, but this thing right here, has gone pretty crazy. Chest muscles too. Like I've kind of got like this little thing going on. Let's see the back. Does it look good? Am I looking strong? I hope I'm looking strong. Right now I am doing 20 pike push-ups, 20 close grips. I think at this point, with just the amount of shoulder pain I'm having, close, just lotion. Close grips have probably become my best friend. With like a wide-legged stance instead of like a traditional legs close together. I find it easier to do them, and I stay more balanced when my feet are wide. So I think for the last 7 days, that's how I'm gonna bang it out. Yeah! You can do anything if you want to. Here's a quick comparison, day 10 on the left and day 23 on the right. Let me know if you see any differences. But all right, I'll see you guys. I'm gonna start doing daily updates now. We are officially now 7 days out from the challenge being done. Honestly, if you wanna do this, really don't recommend it. I'm sure you can get the same effect from doing like maybe 3 sets a week till failure instead of 100 every day. Frankly, 100 just seems like too much. It's a little bit excessive. Don't think this has been good for my shoulders. I just wanted to see what it would do for me. But also just like the hardness. Like the hardness here is crazy. Not crazy, but like it's definitely harder than it was before. Especially as like I want to do more like each day. You get a little bit of the residual pump too. Yeah, it wasn't really popping out like this on day 1. So hey, that's kind of a plus. And as day 24 was winding down, I had to get in the rest of my push-ups. So here they are. And now on to day 25. We are on day, it is the 11th, and I got my last ones in today. So we got 5 more days, technically 4 more days, 400 more push-ups, and we are done. I can't really speak too much on it yet, but was this worth it? I think purely for the mental aspect, yeah. And I mean, we'll see how if this changes on day 30. But as far as day 26, definitely. I wanted to do another comparison, so here's how my back is looking. I think I'm noticing the most, again, just right here. A little bit up here. That's the pike push-ups doing that. Like, it's tough every single time. But I think it's worth it. For the most part, my shoulder pain is gone. I mean, yeah, from like time to time, I'll feel it, but for the most part, it is gone. So future me here, I was definitely lying. This shit still hurts. To alleviate some of my shoulder pain, I also did these back holds, and I think they worked pretty well. Just listen to the pop I got on this stretch right here. Just kind of lift it up. And then taking a deep breath. I think doing all these push-ups is really working like this front side, but the back side's not getting very much. It's causing me to like slouch a little bit. Yeah, getting some daily back stretches definitely helps. On God, at 1,000 subs, bruh, we get this from the loop. Okay, so day 26, I will check back in, day 27. Okay, we are now on day 27, almost there. And I could have stayed inside, but something was telling me, you know, go outside, get some fresh air. So that is what I did. I decided to do, I think I did about half of them outside this day. And I would definitely say the weather made all the difference. Like the nice sun hitting my skin, the breeze. It was definitely a nice little serene experience. Now I was feeling like Rocky, but I was probably looking like SpongeBob. But even more than that, I think something I realized, this isn't even about like the push-ups anymore. I think this is more so about just showing up for myself. Like every rep was taking me out of my comfort zone. Hi guys, I'm back. It's finally 2 days before we're done with this. I mean, I know I keep saying this, but again, didn't even know if I had the strength to do this, so it feels really good to be close enough. And if you're wondering why I'm so sweaty, it is because I just ran a mile. And I actually did it in the morning. So the motivation is lowering and the discipline is raising, because I did not think that I was gonna, want to run this morning. 2 more days of this push-up challenge. I definitely don't regret it. Now that it's almost over, I think I'll definitely be like working some push-ups into my routine. Just because I'm definitely seeing like the results here the most, and the chest. Here we looking like, this is me flexing about as hard as I can, so. And as y'all know, we always have to get a nice view of the back. So this is what I'm looking like, and this will probably be my last check-in. Day 29, day 30, basically the same. I was never gonna flex on my back. But yeah. Also, if my back looks uneven, definitely let me know. We started this last month on the 16th. It's currently the 15th of April, so. Motivation only gets you so far. Discipline gets you farther. Like I said before, I can feel my motivation lowering and my discipline raising. I'll do my final check-in tomorrow and we will be done. And I'll do my 100 push-ups today. All right, I'll see you guys later. So yeah, I closed out day 28. And this is some video from day 29, I believe. Some pike push-ups. I said I didn't want to make it too easy on myself. If my form is bad, definitely let me know. I heard you're supposed to stay on your tiptoes, put your hands down, 3 paces forward, 2 paces back with your feet, and keep your elbows tucked. My elbows aren't super tucked right here, but you know, you live and you learn. But yeah, these are definitely a great shoulder workout. So if you have any tips, let me know. On to day 30. So we are officially at my last day. Last 25. I figured I'd get the last ones on camera. My camera battery did definitely die before I got those last ones in, but I was able to get them done. So now that the challenge is done, I think I'm going to reflect on some of the things I've learned, you know, whether I think you should do it, and do a quick little before and after comparison. So here's that. What was my reason for doing this? My real reason, my main goal, I guess ideally I would say that my main reason was, you know, just to get a decent amount of muscle or to improve my strength. But if I was being honest, that's probably the least of my concerns, or at least that was the least of my concerns. A lot of my life, I feel like I've just been drifting through it or taking things as they come. And I wanted to be proactive. Like one night I was just laying down, like really sat in the dumps, just thinking like how many things I've started and just not finished and how bad I felt about that. So I was like, okay, I need to do something. I need to do anything. And this is the first thing that came to my mind. That is the reason I did this. I wanted to start something and I wanted to stick to it. And I'm proud of that. Like a lot of the times throughout this last 30 days, I did not think I would have gotten as far as I did, or I wouldn't have thought that I had the mental strength to do it. Because, you know, I mean, physical strength is one thing, but mental strength is something else. So I'm definitely glad that I was able to, you know, prove to myself that I could do this. Next, how it felt at the beginning. I would say at the beginning, it was a mix of, you know, I was a little bit skeptical of myself. I was excited, especially day 2 or day 3. I was probably the most excited that, you know, I was starting and that I had the intent to finish. And dread, of course, you know, even further into the challenge. There were times when I would get into the push-up position and I would just be not anxious, but I guess afraid. I would be afraid to start a set because I was thinking like, oh, this is probably gonna hurt. This is definitely gonna be uncomfortable, but I'm not moving from this spot until, you know, I get an X amount of push-ups. At the start, I'm a little bit scary, a little bit exciting, but I was just taking that as a sign that, you know, this is something that I needed to do. What changed the most over the 30 days? Thing that definitely changed the most would probably be my mindset. Like, yes, there were some bodily changes too. I think that I at least put on a little bit of muscle, but I think my discipline getting better was probably the thing that changed the most, and also my self-belief. I think maybe just through life, I wouldn't say it's drastically different, but I can definitely feel a little bit more confident, more self-assured, because it felt like I was doing something instead of just, you know, going to work, coming back home, yada yada yada. You know, it definitely felt like not a purpose, but I had a goal that I was working towards, and I feel like that just changed how I was moving through everyday life. What was my biggest lesson? First of all, your discipline is going to get you farther than your motivation. I would say by like day 20, my motivation was probably gone, but I reminded myself that I had to stay disciplined. I had to stay on track. So discipline over motivation. And also mostly that you need to be the one to show up for yourself. There are going to be people that doubt you, and there are going to be times where you even doubt yourself, but through it all, you know, you have to come through because no one else is going to, you know, hype you up 24/7. There are going to be times when you're even getting like negative feedback, or, you know, someone's not going to react the way you want them to. But at the end of the day, when push comes to shove, you need to be the one to show up for yourself and not to quit. Number 5, a before and after. So instead of a side by side, let's do a little progression. Day 2, not too much to see here. By day 10, I was starting to get a little bit of muscle, but not too much yet. Day 17, you can see it start to come in slowly. Biceps are building for sure. Also, that was lotion on my back. Day 23 is where I started to see some of the biggest differences in my shoulders and my chest. And by day 29 or day 30, I was actually quite happy with the results. So, yeah. Number 6, would I recommend you do this? If you have a decent amount of strength, and if you already have good form, and if you want to just test yourself, go for it. And I know I switched in the video. I know there was a couple times where I was like, oh, this is easy. And other times where I'm like, maybe not. I would say my final verdict is, if you have good form and you feel like your shoulders are up to it, you know, go for it, or maybe do it with a reduced rep range. But I'm not gonna lie, this was tough on the shoulders, and like my shoulders feel fine now, but day 25 through day 30, I was feeling like not massive pain, but like it was definitely like, you know, starting to bug me a little bit. I would say I'm 2 days post the challenge now. I would say it was a little bit tough, but I was able to push through it, and I mean, it's not really hurting anymore. So okay, and what's next? Now that I got this done, I simply cannot stop. You know, you gotta keep improving yourself. I've already started my 1 mile every day for 30 days challenge and my juggling one, so that's what I got now. But if you want to see me do something next, it doesn't even have to be fitness. I'm thinking like handstands, learning how to dunk, playing guitar, telling comedy. Really, the sky's the limit. just let me know below. But that's it. Thank you.